Yeah, I thought, we responded all year, and Wednesday was disappointing, but, I thought we responded today. I thought we had really good pace and tempo with our offense, and defensively, we wanted to take away the basket. We wanted to keep them away from layups. We wanted to stop them from getting the foul line, scoring off offensive rebounds, and to their credit, that opened up three-point shots, and they were very willing, and they shot it really well today from there. But I thought we executed our game plan really well, and we were able to get some pretty good looks and thankfully put those down.
Aaliyah, since sitting out that game a couple games ago, you seem to have this renewed energy at 17 points in the first half today. What were you just seeing out there overall?
My mindset was just to be aggressive, get the ball and drive to the rim. I'm a pretty physical player, so I knew I could get there.
Lazy, you had a rare single-digit outing last time. I talked to Coach before the game. He had no doubt that you were going to respond in this one. You end up with, I don't know how many, 26 points tonight. What were you seeing out there just as a response from the last game?
I just have to continue to play my game, and like last game against G-Dub, like my shot wasn't feeling very well, but we just gotta keep it pushing, and here we are.
I want to ask about Mackenzie Pettinelli. She was great today, as a career high in points for her. She only had one assist on the stat sheet, but it felt like she had about 30. What impact did you see her having on just the game overall?
I feel like all season she's had the most all-around impact. Like throughout the game, she's one of the smartest players I've ever played basketball with. So it was nice that she was actually shooting the ball today because she's very capable.
And just lastly, for the players, obviously it's your last game in the Riley Center this season. What has it meant as two transfers coming in here and helping this program continue this upward trajectory?
I'm happy that we were I'm happy that we were able to transfer her and be able to make such an impact, and I'm just grateful that I was able to do it here, and especially with great teammates.
Yeah, it was a very easy transfer. I think it was my favorite basketball year of my life. So.
Retweet.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lee.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Congrats.
Enjoy. I'll see you up there.
Good night. Coach, there was the struggles early on with turnovers, and they kind of popped up every once in a while throughout the game in itself. What were you just kind of making of I saw you a number of times just telling the guys to calm down. Was it just a matter of getting them to just calm down and stay in the moment, or what were you just seeing out there?
It's a different way of play. Like they constantly try to rush you, and so, for instance, normal game, you get a rebound, you can kind of gather yourself and pass it out, or you can dribble out. Well, here you may take a dribble and two people are coming running at you, and they mix it up really well, and you beat the press and you feel like you're able to go, and then they send another defender at you. So I thought we actually did a pretty good job with it. Like the press didn't really impact us much. We had a little bit in the third quarter when everything was going the wrong way. But other than that, it was a lot of times where we just were kind of quick with our feet. We were hurried with the basketball when we didn't need. Like the play was there, so we thought we had to rush it where we could have just gathered the ball. And that's on me. I could have done a much better job in our prep to just, it's okay to possess the ball. We don't have to hurry that pass. But when we needed to, we buckled down, we execute pretty well, and we attacked the rim.
You guys also forced 16 turnovers. What did you just see defensively from your guys today?
Yeah, I thought Elise was really, really good defensively. I thought Gabby did some really good things. Vo gave us a big lift, but I think Elise took like 2 charges, got in passing lanes pretty good. Again, if we're aggressive on both ends, we give ourselves a way better shot. When we kind of play tentative, and we did Wednesday, at least for the first half, we're just, we're not that team. We're not that team that can, kind of let someone drive and wait for a shot blocker. Like we've got to be in our positioning, and we've got to guard as a team really hard. And I thought for the most part we did that. Again, the game plan was to take away the paint, take away the basket. Credit to Fordham, they did adjust and knock down a few threes on that.
And on that same kind of leaf there, you mentioned how Alexis Black's going to get her points. It's a matter of, keeping the others quiet. You had Lucretia Edwards had double figures. There are a couple others in double figures, but those really came at dying moments there. What did you make of your team's ability to keep the others quiet?
Yeah, I thought, 4 got hot there in the third quarter, 7 got hot in the fourth quarter. I think she had 3 of them in the fourth quarter. Again, we can rotate a little bit more. We really got caught up in that ball screen We got sucked in a little bit on the switch instead of being out to contest. Credit to them, they made the play and made the shot, but we can tighten some things up there. But I thought we mixed our defenses, our ball screen coverage, our defenses pretty well. That it did what we wanted to do. It kept them from getting in the paint.
You mentioned the third quarter there. You were up by 18 points at one point. You go into the fourth quarter leading by only single digits. What did you just see kind of transpire over that frame?
Yeah, I mean, they were scoring threes and we were giving it back to them. That's a really bad combination. Thankfully, we had built a little lead, and they're a very explosive team. I mean, they kind of run hot and cold, right? They had that run. Well, before that, I think we had a 22-point run or something. So while that was not good, what was really good is that start of the third quarter that we came out with the right mindset. I still think, we still don't have the full blown, put it away, and obviously that's something we'll continue to grow in the program.
I want to ask about Lacey and Aaliyah. I know I asked them about it, but those are two that have responded as of kind of recent performances. Aaliyah after missing that one game, Lacey after coming off that single-digit outing. What did you like from just the way those two work with each other tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool how quickly and they're both really good players, so it's not that shocking, but just how quickly they played off each other. I thought there was multiple times today where they fed each other on cuts, and they're both really smart, good basketball players. So I wish I could tell you like, hey, we knew they were going to play well together. We knew they were good kids and they were good players, and them along with Gabby and Maya have given us some life, and that's a really good thing, and they've done it as really, really good teammates. Like those other kids really, really respond to them, like them, respect them. So that's been fun to watch.
Mackenzie, I asked the players about it as well, but career high in points tonight. That has to be really positive to see a returner from one of the two returners from last year have a career day when you have something to fight for with the A-10 tournament coming up here. What did you just make of her performance?
Yeah, and I thought Gabby's start of the second half was really big for us as well. But, I thought Mac was really aggressive at the start of the game against George Washington and then wasn't. And we've been on her. I think probably everybody's been on her to be aggressive. And, she was today. She was ready. She was aggressive. She also, she was handling the ball a lot against pressure. So I just thought, Mac's seen a lot. Mac's played a lot of minutes in 2 years. So she's seen a lot of different defenses. She's seen a lot of different stuff we've done. So we really believe in her. We just keep pushing her confidence level higher and higher.
You mentioned Gabby. Obviously, it's senior night tonight. Honored a bunch of new players. Tell me a little bit about the impact that they've had since you've come back. Gabby obviously being one of the other returners this year. The impact they've had on the program.
Yeah, I mean, again, they believe they bought in. They're bought in and invested into their teammates, and you got those two things. And that's Maya, that's Gabby, that's Aaliyah, that's Lacey. They bought into what we're doing. They bought into Bonaventure, and they invest in their teammates. And usually pretty good things can happen when your older kids are in that mindset.
And just lastly for me, you secured a bye in the A-10 tournament with the win today. We've talked a number of times about continuing the upward trajectory of this program. How big of a moment is this in that trajectory?
I mean, it is, and I don't want to downplay it. I mean, coaches stink at enjoying. I mean, it's just right now it's all right, go talk seniors, families. Let's start getting ready for Dayton. But it is an important part. I mean, to do the things that this group has done when there's been the challenges that there've been over the last decade, and to do it in different ways against good teams, and to see the support of the community and their excitement. I think that's made even easier because the kids we have they play hard, they're likable, they're Bona kids. So I think we've done it. They've helped us do it in the way that we want to do it.
Awesome. That's all for me. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.